Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. Whoa, hope you guys are having a great weekend as I knock my singing bowl around here. Maybe I'll put it on there. There we go. So I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And let me get my desktop all set up here and we will get started. Right. Let's get there. Look like I'm focusing a little too hard. All right. So we got those all set up. So before we get started, let's send some love out to the world as we like to do. And that way we'll bring love into the session and also help the world have a more, just a more solid, higher vibration, right? Hey, Lucky, welcome, welcome. Namaste. All right. So whether you're watching live or on replay, you can join me in doing that. And we'll start just by taking a big, deep breath. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale. Beautiful. And I do have my singing bowl here. I'll hit it like 3 times, and if we just imagine that love flowing down and filling us up, and then flowing out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. She is singing up a storm. My goodness. She was going to go on and on for a while. Right. Put you back there. All righty. Thank you guys so much for joining me in doing that. And before we get into everything else, for those of you that have not seen it, we have a Cancer new moon alert for next week. So here's the pick a card for that. What you can know about your home life with all that Cancer energy. And then, of course, we have some podcasts going on here. My podcast from Chaos to Cozy right now, we're having a 3-part kind of sub-series within it, talking about the superpowers. We talk about power of choice, power of laughter with this last Sunday's. Tomorrow there'll be a new one. So there's 3 parts. So there'll be 2 more tomorrow and 2 more superpowers the week after that. So if you want to catch up, there's the link to the playlist. And if you didn't see the solstice readings, they're relationship readings for each individual zodiac sign. And within them, we actually break it out into single and looking, and then also married or in a relationship, and then happy hermits. So it looks at each of those different areas. So if you want to check it out, it's for each individual zodiac sign too. And relationship readings are half off as well during this period from June 20th to July 21st. So half-hour reading is $12.50 and an hour is $25. So if you're interested, all that information's in the description box. And then, of course, with the Cancer new moon, that must mean we are in Cancer season, which the June solstice does take us into that. So, for all you Cancer sun babies, happy birthday to you. There's a special bonus 3-month reading in this pick a card. And then for the rest of us, we want to know what we need to know about our family tree. How many squirrels are up in that tree, and how many nuts, right? Or monkeys. But a bunch. Okay. And then July is almost upon us. If you haven't checked out your July monthlies, here is the link for that as well. All right. I'm just in a weird mood. All right. So let us get into the actual readings here. So I know, well, it's a Cancer new moon that we have going on. The full moon, what is the full moon in? I don't know. I have a video coming out on it, I'm sure. But because we just had the Capricorn full, oh, it's Capricorn. Because we've got 2 months of Capricorn full moon in 2 in a row. So we just had a Capricorn full moon. We'll have another one in July. So fun. All right. So let me just make sure here. Just gotta. All right. Very good. There it came through. All right. Had a donation come through, but it didn't come through in the email, but there it is. So we got it. All right, perfect. Well, if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. So that's a great combination. And how the free readings work is I do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. If you want to not put your business out there, Spirit understands. All you have to do is ask for a general reading, and they know what you want, and I'll just pull cards for that. And that's kind of how the free readings work. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that and prioritize those readings. Step out of the free readings, I dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And then once I'm done, I return back and then continue down the readings. To make a donation, you can use the super chat on the bottom or in the description box of the video. You have your Cash App, your Venmo, your PayPal, and your Square available. And whatever dollar amount you're wanting to give, I don't look at that. I just know everyone gives as much as they can from their heart in the moment. And everyone's finances vary person to person, country to country, day to day, world to world, universe to universe. So whatever you're wanting to give is the perfect amount. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'm going to be using the original round tarot. I love these cards. So we will get started there. So we've got a few from Infinity. So thank you, Infinity. And then a couple from Nelia. We have Swaroop, and then also Z CashApp that just came through for Amber. So you'll be up after that, Amber. So thank you. All right. So let's give these a shuffle, Infinity, and see what is going on. So let's give your first donation here a love and a like there. And so the first one up is, how did the Aquarius feel about saying goodbye today? All right. Let's take a look here and see what was going on in the Aquarius's wanted feelings in their heart. Imagine they did some thinking more so than their, being an air sign. But we'll take a look here and see what we have happening here. So, yeah. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we've got the first card that came out here is the Page of Swords. So here's that thinking I was telling you about. So some new thoughts, some clarity, they really some, I don't know, it made them realize things, just some clarity that came in that they were just like, okay, just like some ahas, which was interesting because these are capital T truths. So they really were realizing some things in their head. we have the Three of Pentacles here, which is about being true to one's authentic self, which is very Aquarian sun myself. So, it's about being unique and being different, likes being weird. It's what comes with the territory. We're rolled by Uranus, which is all about suddenness and difference and change and this and that and different things as well. So, um, I just feel like they are focused here on this new opportunity that whatever's lying before them here. So, you know, and we'll look at these couple other cards here. Just this is like they have this um, looking to this new opportunity. They just are looking. I don't feel like they are someone that really looks backward, as they more so look forward and look at where they're headed and their unique path. I feel like they're very independent with this energy too. Um, we've got the Six of Wands, which is, I feel like they celebrated, the time and kind of focus on, they more look at what uh, the good times, not the bad times, or like separations or endings and things like that. They look more at like, oh wow, all the good stuff that happened and where am I going forward? Because they have the Three of Wands, which is a change of direction and the celebrating of a new course, a new dream, a new. It's always about the future. It feels like we're kind of in the moment, celebrating, but then looking towards the future, but not looking backward. So this is kind of energy I feel comes in for them right here, and they've got here below the surface, the High Priestess card does show that they have, when they're away from everyone else and they connect and higher and look behind the veil, they dive deep into their emotions more in secret, not really so much secret as in like their self, right? As in their own life. And the Six of Pentacles here comes in an interesting way because it's Aquarius, but it has to do with, it's equal giving and receiving, but there's also below the surface, I feel like they've got some an out of balance giving and receiving rate of exchange. We talk about the Six of Pentacles is, below the surface are emotional inner child developed an out of balance ratio of what you have to give in order to deserve. Like I have to give 1,000 love coins to deserve one. And I just kind of feel like the Aquarius is used to having things kept away. Like they don't get to have relationships and success and this kind of stuff for very long. I just feel like they're in this because it's their inner child saying you don't deserve this. And I feel like they kind of just have made peace with that, which is their choice and for their journey. Eventually, though, we all get sick and tired of feeling that way. And then we dive deep and look on the inside. But I feel like they do a lot of mental thinking. And I feel like this is where some of these ahas came from for them. So they got emotions bubbling below the surface, but I just feel like they won't look at those until they're off by themselves and then they do their deep reflection. And then they it's funny because Aquarius, are thought of as being unfeeling. And depending on the rest of your chart, like I've got a ton of water in my chart, which makes up for it. But I've been known too to have people tell me, do you even feel emotion sometimes in relationships? And I'm like, yeah, I do. But we're water bearers, Aquarians. We have vessels. We're air signs, so we're thinkers, but we're water bears. We can contain emotion in compartments. And I used to, joke that we've got refrigeration unit inside of our hearts where we take our emotions, we put them in Tupperware, and we have them all refrigerated so they're fresh. And when we want to, we take them out and we look at our emotions and put them back. And a friend of mine, she's married to Aquarius, and goes, every once in a while, I just have to ask him for some emotion. Oh, yeah, here, just give me the Tupperware back, you know. And that's kind of what I feel they're kind of in that way where they may not get a whole lot of, you know, a expression of emotion. You just sometimes have to ask for it, right? Sorry, there's a big on there. See, it's like there's this brightness suddenly. I'm like glowing. Woo! All right. But that's what they have for that one there, Infinity. I just feel like they're not, you know, they're not like a sadsies, um, thinking about the past kind of person. They're kind of just in the moment, grateful for what has been and looking for the what's coming, you know, kind of energy. So it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's that's how they have their whole viewpoint of life. So if you were like kind of like curious about it, hopefully that makes sense on their actions. All right. So that's what they have for the first one. So thank you for that. That helps make sense. You're like, oh, oh. Yeah, it's funny when I tell like I have friends who have Aquarian sun and different ones. When I explain that to them, they're like, wow, it makes so much sense. And they go, there is emotion bubbling below there, but just most people don't experience it because Aquarians are very public, like they feel like they're here to help the world. And so they will know a lot of people and know people, what they're going through. But a lot of people don't know what they're going through personally because people tend to open up to the Aquarius, and the Aquarius just kind of gives everyone just enough to move on to something else. You're like, yep. All right. So that's that one. I'm sorry for busting out all you Aquarians, but hey, you know, we're so misunderstood. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then number two, Infinity, thank you for your additional donation. They want to know, are you going to be able to work for the temp agency? All right. Let's take a look here. See what they want you to know. Whoa. All right. About the temp agency. All right. Brenda. So can you relate, Brenda? You're like, oh. And of course, Aquarian masculine, Aquarian feminine can be a little different slightly too, but, but we'll see. Let's see what we got here. All right. What do we have happening here? All right. Yeah, doesn't look too bad here, Infinity. We've got the King of Swords. So there's a lot of here's Aquarian energy again. What's all the air sign energy? Um, I like this. I feel like that there is progression and movement with the temp agency here. Might just go a little. The beginning might go a little slower, but I feel like they get you in there with this King of Swords. It's like I feel like there is some testing, some sort of I don't say it's not a quiz, but it's like a test. I don't a test doesn't it's not like you pass or fail. It's like typing like a typing test. How many words per minute in accuracy? And I feel like there's some things. I feel like there's a job that's coming up that just requires a little extra. Like they'll ask you, "Do you know Excel?" And you're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, can you come take this test? We just need to be able to have this." And you're like, "Sure." And then you're able to qualify for a different positions too. The reason why I'm saying like it's eventually because you got the hanged man, which is about a little bit of a delay, a little bit of transformation transition time that comes with that, as well as the Knight of Pentacles, which is another slow moving card. But you got the Wheel of Fortune, which shows that it's worth the wait and it's worth the process that it takes. and that your human is on board with how, the result of how long it takes, um, because of this. It's almost like, that there's a delay, and while there's a delay, this other temp job comes in that you can take this additional test for, and then you get qualified for it, and it's more money, it's easier, it's better, you know better hours, and different things like that, where it just ends up being a win-win for you, as well with that. um yeah, and it just feels good here. I mean, it feels like a positive yes. Just, get past the barrier, the perseverance, the magician. Don't give up on them. Continue to push through. You might do a little bit of, like, if you don't hear back from them in like 3 or 4 days, you might reach out to them again and just say, "Hey, just checking in, da 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 da." I just feel like that's important for you to initiate some contact with them. If you don't hear back, it just like it's getting past this barrier, but don't give up on it. I feel is a strong message there. You got emotional stability, so I like it. It's going to be a smooth process. I feel with it all too. So definitely, it feels like great a great experience for you there. So I like all those. Let me just put the cards back in here individually. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So that is your temp agency position. All right. Let me try shuffling these a little better. They're like, no, we're refusing. Okay, here we go. There you go. Thank you. All right. And then for your third question, Infinity, thank you so much for the multiple donations. Let's give that a love and a like. And are you going to be able to keep living in your city in the same area? All right, let's take a look here and see what we have here. Are you going to be able to, all right, in the same city, same area? Okay, anything else? It's interesting. It feels energy feels different. Let me see here. What are these cards here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Well, so you have the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom. We like that coming in here. This is, positive. This is fullness of life in the outside world. So I do feel like, regardless of what happens, you feel like a full outside life. And we'll talk about that here. But so, as far as the first part of the question, are you going to be able to keep living in your city? You have the Knight of Cups, which is it is movement of emotion, though, and I feel like something's drawing you somewhere else. I feel like your heart is drawing you somewhere else. So I don't feel like you're going to be forced to leave the city, like be chased out like Frankenstein out of the village. No. I feel like you're gonna want to leave, and you're gonna be drawn somewhere else. It's interesting. Because it was like in the same area, and we've got the Capricorn Saturn shaking up energy, and I just feel like that there's this, you know, I don't know, this is the card of partnerships and love and stuff too. And I also got the 2 of Cups coming in here. And the also here comes this King of Swords coming in here, which is about, thinking of in a different way, and seeing things from a higher perspective, master of communication and different things too. So I almost feel like I feel like you were asking short term, like, am I going to be able to stay where I'm at? Da, 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 da. And I'm feeling like, yeah, nothing's gonna be forced to change here, but I feel like they went like, like for the rest of this life, no, you actually are gonna move for love. Because of love, you're gonna move and go somewhere else and be drawn somewhere else. Will probably be an air sign. You must be attracted to air signs. But, I do feel like there is this movement that you choose to do for love, with the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. But short term right now, until that happens, I don't feel like there's any, um, like, upset of where you live and where you're at, but I do feel like it's, um, you do end up moving for love somewhere, which is good, right? So that is what is coming in for you for that question there. So exciting. And again, thank you so much for your multiple donations, Infinity. Much love. Appreciate you. All right. And then Nelia. Yeah, right? You're like, it better be well, obviously you choose it, so it's gotta be a great deal, otherwise you'd be like, cost benefit analysis. No, you move here, but I feel like, um, it's, because of love, so, alright. And then Nelia, you are up next for your dual double donation. So thank you for those. And then we'll hit your free reading eventually as well. So thank you for that. And so for your first sticker, your halo, halo, any messages regarding your left leg? I see here. Why is it sore? And when will get better? All right. And then, of course, a disclaimer uh, in the description box of the video about tarot is for fun. And I'm definitely not a licensed medical practitioner. So this is all for that. And ultimately, everybody makes decisions for their own self, of course. So, all right. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about your left leg. All right. And when will it get better? All right. So at the bottom of the deck here, we've got the Page of Wands, and we also have the Tower card coming in here. I don't know, did you have like a lot of fast activity? Did you have a lot of exercise in some way coming in here? I just feel like there's been suddenly like something that like energy exerted, with this the Tower card coming in here. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah, we got the Hermit card. So we do have this drawing in, and there's a deeper meaning to it all too, because when we have a physical thing that happens, there's usually something emotionally below it that's making itself known to our physical world, especially when it's left going for a little bit. Let's see what this has to be here. Yeah. So we've got the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving behind emotions that don't serve us anymore, and this higher awareness with the King of Swords. So this is telling me we're on the right track with that there's something to be looked at, that there's some sort of emotion that can be left behind here. When we look at, if you just Google like emotional reason for, like you said, um, um, pain in right leg or soreness or whatever it is, then we can look at what comes up and what resonates for you. Feels like it's something about not being able to walk your path and the feeling of not being able to walk your dream or go where you're wanting to go. there could be this limitation of mobility that, when we have that feeling emotionally on the inside, it can make its way out to the outside world. So, but I would just encourage you to, like, whatever your favorite search engine is, if it's Google, just Google, you know, emotional reason for sore leg or whatever. If you describe the feeling that you're having, and then it'll, I'm sure you'll get like a million hits. Whatever you're drawn to, trust that whatever resonates there. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like it if you'll look at that inner conflict that's going on inside between your head and your heart with that 5 of swords, then I feel like it moves quickly away with the 8 of wands, and yeah, and then you have this new opportunity. So it does. It's like a fresh physical. Uh, I don't know. This 8 Pentacles is the outside world. It just feels like a reboot or refreshing of the outside world. So I feel like your physical body, with your leg, the left leg, then kicks in there. But it's about movement and how you see yourself in relationship to the outside world. So I definitely would, take a look and see what resonates with, the emotional basis. That 8 of Cups just really shows us that. And even on the bottom of the deck, you have the 4 of Swords, which is peace of mind and rest. And so I know sometimes, like, out of the blue, I'll get like I'll wake up and my knee hurts or my foot hurts. And sometimes I thought, gosh, am I getting old already? But then, um, one of the message I used to get is slow down, quit rushing and slow down and be here now. Because I would, if you're constantly on the go, then you're not stopping, and we're just rushing through life. Sometimes we'll have what's called forced R&R, where it's like we're forced, our body's like, whoa, Nelly, and we slow down. So let's see if that resonates, but that's what's coming through for that, Nelia. So many blessings to you. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. My mushroom coffee. All right. And then for your second donation, thank you so much for that, for your sticker there. Want any messages regarding Brian from Red River will we encounter in the summer? What will his reaction and feelings be towards you? All right, let's take a look here. So let's tap in here and see what the spirit wants you to know about Brian. Will you guys meet up this summer? And if so, or even if not so, what are their reactions and feelings towards you here? Okay. Okay. Well, just saying, the bottom of the deck, we've got the overall energy is about important relationship. Can mean romance, of course. Let's see what the cards say. Will you guys meet up? All right. We've got this sun card here. Here's the summer card, right? But it is brightness, it is victory. So that is a positive indicator here. And the 2 of Pentacles, I almost feel like there's like this coming together. I feel like of course this is like one of you is this and the other one is this. I feel like you guys meet halfway, if that makes sense. Like you're meeting at a different location, like you're not going there and they're not coming there. You guys meet somewhere. So I do feel like you guys do. Let's see what their feelings and stuff come in here. All right. So overall, the reaction is the King of Pentacles feeling full of life, and the outside world feels very, again, another kind of sun card. The sun, the King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, all those represent like abundance and fullness. And the Page of Pentacles is, this new energy coming in here too, of abundance and feelings of enhanced self-worth and relationship to the outside world. So I do feel like the reaction is they just feel, I don't know, just like an upgrade of life because of that. Let's see what these other cards are to here too. See their feelings here. Well, we've got the Hierophant, which the Hierophant can represent like our higher self calling us to this higher place, really seeing things more clearly, capital T truths. Um, can be a commitment card too, which is interesting. See what this other one is here. Yeah. It's the 7 of Pentacles. It's the 7 of Swords, obviously. Um, and it is with a combination of these two cards, I feel like an important piece of what they have to get past is mistrust, and because they've got a lot of mindsets that have deceived them in the past that have drawn in individuals who are deceptive in the past. So I do feel here a little bit of slowness that slowness that unfolds here because you got on the bottom of the deck also Temperance, which is patience, and the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight in the suits among all the knights. So there is this um, slowness of moving on things physically in the outside world, although mentally, we got and communicatively, we got a lot of movement. This is one of the faster horses. Um, the fastest, of course, is the Knight of Wands, a horse on fire. But between the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, they move more quickly. It's not expressed as fast in the outside world. So I do feel like there's they just have to work through some of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, which I like the Knight of Swords because that is that, movement of those mindsets that have made them kind of have things stolen out of their life because they don't um, trust. But I feel like there's just some time that it takes to develop that. But a lot of communication definitely starts from it, which is good because you want to get to know each other more deeply, and you do that through communication. And so I like that progression. Sorry, I was hearing something. All of a sudden, I was like, I thought I heard something. I think it's my host doing laundry. I was like, there's something coming. um, but there is this, this um, you know, timing. There is this, it's like a developing of a deeper and deeper friendship, which I like for you. I feel like this ends up going in the direction more of best friends that end up sleeping over, and that for me in my mind is the ideal. It's like you're not just, it's not a relationship that's the foundation, like a romantic relationship the foundation. It's like it's a friendship that's the foundation, and it's an enhanced friendship that grows, and it's that kind of energy that I feel coming in. So it's interesting. But that's what's coming in there, Nelia. So hopefully that resonates there for you. That's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Swaroop Bobby, you are up next. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. All right. You want to know, where will you find love? Oh, where? And you want the place oracle. Let's see here. I still have that here somewhere. I put them away earlier. Here they are. I had so many cards on my desk. They were falling all over the place. Had to put some into their boxes here. Let me just, all right. Good enough. We'll put that over there. All right. So let's take a look here and see, where will you find love? And we'll use this place oracle. And as I mentioned earlier, of course, where we find love depends on, we have a range of time where we can meet someone earlier or someone later. And sometimes we have the same place that we have an opportunity to meet someone, but our energy and how fast they and we are raising our love vibration means we can meet earlier, or we can stay focused on lower vibration and have a way later. So this would be based on current energies, but of course it can change depending on what inner work we do as well. So all that said, let's take a look and see where we meet love, right? So this will be here. All right. Are you going to go to an amusement park? Thrilling rides, carnival fun, festive atmosphere. So it doesn't have to be an amusement park, but it is a festive in atmosphere. So it could be at a festival or a big celebration of some kind. That can come in. I'm being shown. It was a Bollywood movie, and I can't forget the name. I forget the name of the movie, but I love Bollywood. They were doing the celebration with all the colored powders, and it was beautiful what they were doing in the movie. But that's what I immediately saw when I saw this festival of colors, and I like this, and it's where the two of them met in this movie, or they had met somewhere else, but this is where they got to really talk and connect. They just happened to bump into each other. So I like that kind of energy coming in here. So I do feel it's like at this festival. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else with Z Tarot? Okay. All right. All right, yeah. So we got the bottom of the deck. You do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is the relationship card. So that does say here, but it is about a big abundance of the outside world coming in here too. And I like it. We've got passion and emotion meeting. So I like the spark and the emotion that results from it. So it almost feels like this, you know, attraction at first sight. It's like psh, psh, eyes meet and poof, right? And there's this drawing together and fast moving emotion that comes in with all of this too. You've got the full card coming in here, which is this adventure that's free of expectation. So that's why it makes it feel like it's not something that's planned, it's not something organized, it's something that unfolds and comes through with that here. And we got the Five of Cups. That's what I'm thinking about. It's a movement of emotion that goes from something feeling low to something very exciting. And even here with the Queen of Cups. We'll talk about that in a moment here. So it feels like it's like, come on, go to this festival, and before now you'll hear it and you're like, hell yeah, I'm going. but but before you would have been like, oh, another festival, blah blah blah. I guess let's go, and you would go along, and it's like that feeling like I'm here, I'm going. And I think it's like that other person where they were like, I'll go out of obligation, but now I'm like, hey, suddenly there's this meeting someone, and then the whole thing changes to where you're excited about being there. But I like that energy. The reason I had the Queen of Cups is it's one of the cards that represents like past life connections, and that's why I feel like you get to have this immediate spark with someone because you got all this lifetimes of history together that also are bubbling up in that moment too. And you got the Six of Wands again. Here's like this festival type of celebration type of energy that comes in with all that. So I feel like that's where you meet. So there you go, Swaroop. Yeehaw! So it's some sort of festival. I feel that comes in there. All right. So that is what they have for you. Let me move those cards to the side here. And we will continue on. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for the donation. All right. And then let's see here. So I think these came in next. Yeah, so I've got one from Amber, and then we'll jump to Brenda, and then one back to Amber. And that's where we're at with the donations. Hey, Julia, anyone new coming in, you can ask a question. If you just can post your question in the chat. Free readings, first come, first serve. I do honor donations first, and that's what I'm doing. And I prioritize donations. So whenever I get one, I step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those, and then return back. So I haven't started free readings yet. But if you post it, I will get to it. I'm usually on for about 2 hours. Some got about another hour and 20 minutes or so. And if I don't get to all the free readings, I do come back eventually after my Praying Mantis member session. And I return to complete out all the free readings as well. So there you go. That's the skinny. And to make a donation, you can check the description box of the video. It tells all about it. All right. So take another sip here. All right. So Amber, thank you for your first donation via the CashApp. And so the first question is here. Yeah, so here it is right here. So thank you, Amber. And you want to know what is in store for you and Kenneth? Anything spirits would like you to know. All right. Let's take a look here. So let's take a look and see, what do we have here, Amber, between you and Kenneth? What's in store? Okay. All right. Anything they want you to know? Lost that first. Any extra skinny? I feel like that's an unknown. Let me see. How can I do this? We'll do it that way. That's like the hidden unknown. And then anything they feel that you can do. Any advice? All right. Well, there we go. So you've got this energy underneath here. On the bottom of the deck is the strength card, Leo energy, but it's you connecting with your higher self here. I feel like as you're going through this, it's a great, and I don't know if are they a fire sign? I don't know. It just feels like there's a lot of Leo energy going on with you guys, but it's this journey of mirroring hugely, I feel, and they're showing you a lot of things like things that's really specific, right? But maybe like triggers of the fear triggers that pop up. And I like that they're not all popping up like all across the board. I feel like they just kind of pop up here, pop up there. And part of this, of the journey, is to realize when you're feeling those, it's not them, it's past history that's bubbling up, and it's just like your inner child wanting you to look at something so that you can release it, and not have it be running below the surface impacting you, because it will always has been impacting. It's been echoing for years, and so they're popping up now so that you can look at them, transform them, and integrate them so you don't have them that impact you anymore. So I like that. But let's take a look here. So what's in store? Let's take a look. What is in store? Yeah. So is a lot of balancing of emotion coming in. I mean, you got the Page of Wands, which is kind of an upgrade in passion and connection. And the Eight of Cups is what helps this. Here's what we are just talking about walking away from emotions that don't serve you anymore. Some old things below the surface, especially with the Moon card coming in here. So, the moon there's a lot of stuff beneath. Oh, maybe not a lot, but there's stuff below the surface. And this Eight of Cups is this realizing what emotions that you want to let go of and go away. And well, it's more transforming them, not having them charged, bouncing around underneath the surface that allow you to transform it into higher knowledge and higher wisdom that help you move past some things. And also being aware of what relationships no longer serve you too, not between you and Kenneth, but like other people, friendships, family, whoever, exes. Well, we're still friends. No, I'm just kidding. You'll know it's the ones that you are keeping alive, the ones that require a lot of your emotional energy and you get very little back. And it's about, having the emotional resources to be able to invest in a relationship. And so that takes a lot of energy keeping emotions suppressed and keeping other relationships on life support when you're the one that's keeping it. Where if you back off to 50%, it'll just drift away anyway. And some of them you're already like, I know the list of taking it down to zero. I don't need to invest it anymore. You don't need to send them cancel notices of our relationship is ended, our friendship is gone. You can just back off and it'll take care of itself. And you know which ones these are and these ones that you'll be looking at. But I do see the balance between the head and the heart with the King of Cups. And there's this energy of great compatibility, blah, 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 compatibility. I know how to talk. What was in that mushroom coffee? Whoa! Just kidding. But there's this balance here. And the King of Cups is one of my cards of good compatible relationships because they balance the head and the heart. They can communicate their feelings. They're intelligent. They can move within the emotional world, but they're not so out of in their brain that they don't know what an emotion is, and they're not so emotional that they're just unstable. They have a good balance between them. So I like that kind of energy coming in here. What was okay? So these next cards were anything spirit wants you to know. All right. So what do they want you to know? All right. They have a lot of fire. They have a lot of desire for passion. So just know that they it's like their love language is touch and intimacy, and that's how they're shown and reinforced. So if you reject them for like intimacy and stuff, if you're not doing that, if whenever it happens, um, it's important to just know that that is how they currently define their lovability, and that's just where they're at in their life. So it's important for you to know that going in there. Okay, yeah, I knew that. So we knew that you have, Six of Cups. You have past life connections together. So they want you to know that a lot of this emotion and a lot of this energy that comes. You have a lot of past life energy that exists below the surface with you too. And you got the Six of Wands, which, also this is the thing that is the the hidden thing, which is it's like there's this victory, there's this mutual mutual energetic attraction. Like the thing that's unknown is that they can feel it too, but they won't ever admit it, at least for a while, that this strong, like unnatural draw, like I don't know why I'm so drawn to you, that I don't feel like they're willing to admit that yet. And then eventually you're like, it's like we've known each other before in past lives. And they're like, do you believe in that? And you're like, yeah, da, da, da. And they're like, oh my God, I do too. Blah, 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 blah. It's like a hidden belief of this, but it's this mutual energetic attraction. And then what do they recommend you doing here? All right. Well, so you've got the Two of Cups, emotional choice. They've got this, you've got the Nine of Cups, which is dreams come true around relationships. And what they're recommending that what you can do to help your relationship is to see things from a higher perspective with the Judgment card. And the Four of Swords is this peace of mind, that comes in here. We've got this, letting go of the expectations. That's important to, come in here. So, you know, expectations are what will suffocate a relationship. It'll suck the life right out of it because when we have no expectations when we meet someone, we think they're amazing and wonderful. Um, and then as we date and get to know each other and become engaged and then get married, then suddenly we're focusing on who someone is not being. But that's what expectations do. When we try not to have any and we just enjoy and celebrate someone for who they are, then there's this beautiful, gratitude and abundant feeling of a relationship. When we have a lot of expectations, we're focusing on who someone's not being, which sucks the life out of a relationship. And so trying to focus on what you love and you appreciate with someone and if at all possible, not focusing on who someone's not being allows this journey and allows the relationship to build and to grow. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Amber. So no, Brenda, not you, not yet. I think you're up next though, and then we'll jump back to Amber here. So Brenda, you are next. Thank you for your unicorn, rainbow unicorn, and the donation. So that's what they have for you for Amber for your first question, and then we'll jump to Brenda, and then like I said, we'll jump to your second question. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's shuffle these up here, Brenda. Thank you, thank you. And so regarding love with Eric. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot. So the Aquarius, that explains so much. Now, Aquarius females are more in tune normally with their emotions. It's part of their nature. So they are a little more sharing in emotion, but you do have the ability to really compartmentalize when you need to as well, right? So we definitely have that. You ignored them last night. Boom. Not yet, Minnie Hill. No free readings yet. I think no, none yet. All right. So let's take a look here. So what does Spirit want you to know with love regarding Elwick? Yeah, and so that compartmentalization, it's like when you've decided that that you're going to withhold emotion, you can just turn a dial and be totally like, it's like smiling to go, and all of a sudden there's like nothing, and they're like, oh crap. Yes, yes. A man with a kid heart. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that makes sense with the full card, which is all about this, adventure, free of intentions and expectations and rules, and it's all about the adventure, right? You're an Aquarius superpowers, yeah. So yeah, I can see that that kind of energy underneath here, and that's the kind of their energy, right? They just want to be, they don't want to be caged, but if they know they're not caged, then they're okay to wander together. But if someone tries to force them into a cage, then they run, and then they withdraw and they growl or whatever would come into there, right? So we do, that's the energy underneath regarding love with them. It's just kind of knowing that. And it's not like they want to be sleeping around with a bunch of people or whatever. It's just like they don't want to be caged. And so if we're able to go on the journey with them, just moment to moment, then it's great, you know. But if we try to box them in and make them commit or make them do things, that just sends them in the opposite direction with that kind of energy that's coming in there. So yeah, we do have the three of wands here. With this um change of direction. And this is you opting to go in a different direction than you had thought with them. Well, we'll see here with these other cards about seriousness, but they can be on a serious journey, you know, an adventure, but they don't want to be serious about it, but they can be really um committed is not a good word. I was like committed to the adventure that they can commit to, but not commit and have intentions and expectations. But they're like, I'm all about the adventure. I can commit to the adventure, but not to all this other, you know, things that go with it. It's like they want to go on a vacation where all you do is you you go to the airport, you book the flight, you head off on the flight, um, and when you get there, then you rent a car, and then you go find a hotel. It's not like they want to like at least at this point in their life here. They're just kind of wanting the adventure. Let's see here. We'll see what else comes in here. Yeah, see they don't mind the passion with that the Empress, the sensuality, the emotion that can be shared. They just don't like the commitment that individuals feel that has to have there, right? Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, see, we've got this. Yeah, so we've got the whoa cards are flying here. Let me grab onto that better. There we go. So we've got this, you know, um, Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So they like the passion, they like the experiences and opportunities of things in the outside world. So they like, again, I feel like that Page of Pentacles represents like the external adventures, and they like the passion and the excitement. There's the fire that's there. I feel like he wants you to meet his family. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah. But that's the Temperance, and the Five of Swords is the battling, right, between the heart and the mind, and between the two of you too. It's, the Temperance, I feel like the patience, the timing, how long things take seem to be the, the crux of the battling between the two of you, right? Now, I don't see like there's like no commitment in the future. They keep on saying where they're at in their life right now, they don't want the pressure of, being told what has to be done, because then they just feel like they're less than. They'd rather have no expectations and then everything they do is celebrated than a lot of expectations and all that is shown to them is how they're not meeting up, right? Because no one wants that feeling. No one wants to have someone tell them, you're not being who I need you to be. You know, if you told that a lot, who wants to be around that? We want to, and that's what this Fool's card kind of energy is about being free and being, um, I don't want to say celebrated, but that almost is like they don't want to be worshipped or anything like that. But they do want, for um, the adventure, the journey, the things that are unfolding. So I don't feel like they're in a rush for commitment. Here's that they want you see, even on the bottom of the deck, they've got this, Four of Swords, which is about peace of mind and not worrying about all those expectations, because that's what expectations equal, right? Expectations equal disappointment and heartbreak. It's like, but we're taught so much around, yeah, because we've got all these long held beliefs around lovers with this the shadow card of the devil card coming in here, which is all about what we've been taught growing up. Well, in a relationship, this is what a relationship should have and should be. We got all that stuff in here that's about who I'm supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, how we're supposed to be, how the relationship is supposed to be, where it's supposed to go, supposed to, and a lot of things like that. So that's what I feel like they're just, if we can go with the flow and just enjoy who they are without everything else that has to come with it, that we think everything that has to come with it, then you know there's journeys, there's adventures together, but it's definitely stepping outside of that that's important for them. And if you feel that way, that's where that Five of Swords, it's the differences of expectations, when you can really sit back and realize what expectations you have on a relationship. Like we don't want to live, and especially Aquarius, we have our own set of rules, and these are the ones that are true. At least we believe they are. But really, every human is kind of like that, because we have our own set, and we're like, don't try to make me obey your rules, but here's mine. I need you to obey. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So there's this freedom to be, and when we set ourselves free from all of our expectations, then we stop trying to police everyone else. And when they release themselves from all the expectations, then they release, trying to do that. Yeah. No control, no pressure, just be and enjoy each other. That can work with them. And then eventually, there is the transformation of life, and the transformation is things change, and it happens. I mean, one of my nieces, um, her boyfriend didn't believe in marriage, and she was okay with it. And her brother got married, her twin sister got married. They all have children. They have fur babies are their children. And last year he asked her to marry him, and they've been together like 10 years. And she was okay. They were adventures, and she was like, they lived together and they were fine, and you know she didn't need that. But then he decided that it meant something to her, and so he did it. It's kind of like the movie He's Just Not That Into You, I think is the name of the movie. Has Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston in it. And I might have mentioned it before, but if you haven't watched it, watch that. It shows us a lot about relationships. But so that's what they have for you, Brenda. So there you go. So many blessings, and thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. Then we're going to jump back to Amber for your additional donation. So thank you for that. And then Infinity will jump down to your two. Thank you so much for your additional donations there. So Amber, all right. Well, you're trying to define it. I think he just wants undefined. Casual has definition behind it, right? It's like, oh, casual just means he's not caring, doesn't want this, as like he just wants to enjoy life and you, right? And if you're able to do that without trying to define it, because that's trying to define it again, right? And in that we're trying to control it. Okay, so he just wants this. Oh, let's just allow him to want what he wants, and you just enjoy who you are in this moment, and then that's that freedom. But when we try to put a definition around it, that's trying to control it again, right? Hmm. All right. So Amber, who is hiding things from you? Are their secrets being kept from you? All right, let's take a look here. Give these a couple shuffles. Take a little sip of coffee here. Smart. Yeah, I love your brain. It's because you get it, Aquarius. All right, so let's take a look here, Amber. You're welcome, Brenda. So first of all, are there secrets being kept from you? Let's start there. Are there secrets? I don't feel like there are here. We've got we've got the 7 of Wands, which this is about things shining bright, someone being true to their authentic selves and not asking permission to be. I feel like there's this energy of just someone being who they are. They're not hiding anything. But there is this, they're trying to balance some expectations. So, with the 10 of Swords is about, being tired and sick and tired of trying to please everyone, make everyone else happy, and trying to achieve this balance in the outside world with the 2 of Pentacles that comes in here. And so it's not like they're purposely trying to keep something, but they're trying to figure out who they are. And so that can feel like, because I feel like you're pretty empathic, where I feel like you're picking up people's energies. And I feel like what might feel like someone's wearing a mask, right? Is what I feel like you're picking up. And the mask is that they've been trying to please people all their lives, trying to be who everyone thinks that they're supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, blah, 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 right? Like we all are. And we all wear masks at some point until we have like a coming out of some sort. Doesn't have to be gay or whatever, right? It's about, coming out as who I am. And whether it's a bride who doesn't want to have a big wedding, she just wants to have, um, a handful of people on a beach, barefoot in, swimsuits. I don't want all that other stuff. I'm like, oh, what? No, it's like even that is like we have so many supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. We create these masks of who we're trying to be for everyone else's sake. And there is an individual here, and I'll pull cards to see if we can see who it is. Well, we got the 2 of Cups on the bottom, which, so I feel like it's a relationship or relationships in your life that are here, but it's like they're trying to determine who they are and um, what these expectations are they've been trying to live up all their lives, and why. And I don't want to do this anymore, and stop trying to please their family and please society and please this and please that. And I just feel like there is this, you know, they're trying to figure themselves out kind of energy that's coming in. Let's see if they'll give me any more on who it is. Oh, see, it's someone going through a death and a rebirth. So they're definitely trying to see who they're wanting to be here. I got moon energy. So it could be a water sign with this, it's Cancer moon, but it can be any of the water signs. Um, so, Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio. So it can be that anybody along that way. Yeah, even on the bottom, we got the High Priestess. which again, Pisces, water energy. So it is someone, and if it's someone that you feel has pulled back, that high priestess is someone that would be withdrawing back to go into their high priest or high priestess temple to commune with their emotions and go behind the veil and connect higher and trying to see their life and things from a different perspective. So it's not like people that someone's intentionally keeping secrets or, doing anything along those lines there. Amber, it's more that they're just trying to figure out themselves. They've been hiding all their lives, like a lot of us do growing up, and trying to fit in to everyone else and shrinking who we are. But this person is in this point of their life that they're really just ready to question, who am I? What do I want? I don't understand. And but it doesn't have anything to do with you specifically. It is just you know this point in their life. It's like a Saturn return, where 28, 29 years, every 28, 29 years is when I'm gonna kill this fly. They have the Saturn returns back to where the place it was when we were born, and we have a big, like, from 23 to 33, we have a big shaking up of our lives where we're trying to figure out, who am I? Why am I believe what I believe? And then again, another 28, 29 years later, and then so it happens. And that's the kind of energy I feel they're going through, is just a questioning of, who am I? What do I want in life? I don't know. I've just been trying to please everybody, but what do I want? And that's the kind of place that they're at. All right. I think you get it. That's enough of that. All right. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And then Infinity. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for your multiple donations here. So let's give your next one a love and a like there. All right. And so the first one here. All right. Oh, okay. I see you have two in there. All right. So were you too rough on the rookie today? Oh no. Infinity, what were you doing? All right. Let's take a look here. All right, rookie. Let's see here. All right. I wouldn't say too rough, but you've got the Ace of Wands and the Emperor, Aries energy with the Emperor, and the Ace of Wands, which is it's like I'm seeing, what's that, Ghost Rider, who had the flaming whip. I feel like they're that it, you know, I feel like you were very strong with them, but I don't feel like it was too much. You just might be aware of it, just, you know, but here we have the Eight of Pentacles. It's like when the apprentice is learning from the master, if they want to be successful like the master, they put in the work and the blood, the sweat, the tears. So, it is this importance here. Um, so, and I mean, you have a high bar for yourself. So you kind of put yourself under the microscope, you know. So when you look at it going, all right, you know what? I might, if I had to do it again, what different thing would I do? I don't think there's anything. It doesn't feel like you have to apologize or anything like that. I feel like you just are learning and you want to adapt a little bit and going, you know what? Maybe I do feel like I was a little harsh in this place. So next time, this is how I want to approach it. And then you just learn from it. You gentle with yourself. And then you just realize, okay, next time I talk to them about this, I'm going to try this and see how I feel about that. So I don't feel like you didn't get an F on it, um, on your efforts. I feel like it's just a matter of um, growth, and that's what it's all about. Is we do something, I don't feel good about it, and if you don't feel good about it, then what would you change about it next time? And then just do that. And then if you feel bad enough after thinking about it, then you can just apologize if you want. but not necessary. But if you want, you can be like, you know what, came across a little more harsher when I said that than I wanted to, so I apologize. And if they're like, oh no, 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 you're like, all right, but don't do it again. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Infinity. So thank you for that donation. Let's give your second one a love and a like here. And you want to know, did see the Virgo have to go back because you weren't helpful enough? All right, let's take a look here. All right. All right, let's see. Let's take a look here. I love it. The Emperor comes out again. Dun, 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 dun. I had a feeling. All right. So, what's funny because you got the Emperor here. I'm going to jump to that one. Um, and it's funny because when I was putting the cards out, what I heard Spirit kind of saying is like, oh, how powerful you are that you impact so many people's lives. And it's funny because they say it in a funny manner because I tell my friends that a lot, or have in the past, where they're like, well, I um I did this and the thing. I didn't want this to impact your life and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh mighty goddess of ruler of my life. They're like, shut up. Like, if it impacts me, it's because I let it. You can't impact me without my permission. And you're not the emperor of their lives. You're only the emperor of your kingdom. And so keeping that in mind is important, for them as well. So we have the high priestess, which came out. So the reason why they had to go back is because they needed to step back. They needed to look at their lives. They needed to have this reflection. Um, it was time for them to step back, and with all this energy that's with us again. Here's these came out together. Here's the Almighty Emperor, but this is about them. They are the emperor of their own kingdom, and they needed to see things from a different perspective. They couldn't understand it. They had to step back to see things differently. So it didn't have to do with um, any um, fault of yours of not being able to communicate or help or whatever. They just, especially with this high priestess, they just felt these had a lot going on emotionally, if that makes sense. Because even the bottom of the deck, we've got the Five of Cups, which is movement of emotion, and they even have this Hierophant, the master of change, with the number five. So I feel like they had a lot going on where they were having trouble concentrating because they were emotionally, even before interacting with you, distraught. I forget what it said. Is that from Harry Potter? Someone said, I'm so distraught. But I feel like that's what was coming in here. I feel now, um, they've got the Ten of Cups, which I feel like this is, um, like the end is like normally this is about joy and celebration, but the Ten of Cups, it needed them to reach this ending and new beginning regarding their emotions, for them to have this new start, like with this um, full card, which is a reboot. So they kind of had to just be able to clear their head with clearing their emotions, because when they were whatever going on here, they were confused up here. It was having trouble getting in here, if that makes sense. But I feel like they have had this rebirth. Here's the death card, death and rebirth, and Nine of Pentacles is about them working independently. And there is some of this energy, yeah, even with the 9 of wands on the bottom, about I feel like they try to do everything themselves and they have trouble asking for help. And so they jump to conclusions and jump to things like, okay, I got it. I got it. And you're like, well, I didn't finish explaining everything to you. And they've already leaped ahead and they're not listening to you at some point, if that makes sense. Um, so it's just someone that kind of feels like I have to do it myself. If I ask for help, it means I'm a failure. And so they're already, with all this other emotional stuff going on, that is kind of like their natural state of I got to do it myself, and I'm going to ask for help. But I don't want you to overhelp. I only want you to give me this one piece. But with you, I feel like with that you were helping them with, what they're reminding me is like when there's like if someone asks you a question and you can answer yes or no, but like when the company I was with, it depended on what state it was, what product it was, um, and other stuff, and so people would come up to me and ask me, because I was at technical help, they'd be like, "So do we do da 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 da?" I go, "Well, what state? What state? I don't know." And I'm like, "Well, go find that out." And what product? And then they'd come back and go, "Oh, it's this for this." I'm like, "Okay, well, in that state, no. Here's the guideline. Look, see here, we don't do it there because of this and this and this and da 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 da. But however, if they're looking for this, then look at this coverage. But if they'd come up to me and they go, "Do that?" Sure. You know, you're given a non-helpful answer, we're just going to cause problems. I feel you're detail oriented like that, and that you want to do that, but I feel at some point they just kind of closed and stopped listening, which is not your fault. So anyway, a lot of that just to help you understand yourself and others too. All right, so that's what they have for that one, Infinity. So thank you for that, and then your third donation here. Thank you so much for this additional one and all your multiple donations. I so appreciate it. Anyone to know, did the Aqua enjoy walking and enjoy walking, and did he see you after? All right. Let's take a look here. So did he? A lot of sense, huh? You're like, oh, oh. All right. So did he enjoy walking? All right. And then did he see you afterwards? All right. Is that it? I guess so. All right. Did they enjoy walking? That's so funny. Them walking. So the 8 of cups coming in here, that is them walking right there. So I feel like they did enjoy walking. It looks like, especially with the 8 of cups coming out, that this is how they process their emotions and how they work through things. And so I do feel like they did there. Did they see you afterwards? Is that thunder and lightning out there? Um, the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like they were more focused on, see how they're like focused on this and kind of in this loop. I don't feel like they saw you after. I feel like they were just really in here, right? Doing the work in here. They walked to help them process some emotion, and then they're all super focused in here, and so I don't feel like they saw anyone or anything really. I feel like they're, yeah, even here with this, do you see how they're like just staring at that pentacle? That's kind of what they're looking at. That's all they could see. It's like, oh, okay. They're just all consumed, self-consumed. So that's what's coming in with there. So there you go. There you go. And thank you again, Infinity, for all your donations. I appreciate that. Yeah, that makes sense, Amber. Yeah. I'm Aquarius sun, but I got a Pisces stellium and a ton of water, even a grand trine and what's called a kite, which is a mini trine with a grand trine um, and water. So I totally get where you're coming from, where you pick up other people's emotions and pick up all that too. So I get you. I get you. You're very welcome. All right. So I think that's for all the donations. So make sure I didn't miss any. All right. So, all right. So a donation just came in. So Maria. All right. So this is the evening checkup. Hey Maria, thank you. Thank you so much. So right in timing here. So thank you for that donation via the PayPal. All right. And for everyone waiting for your free readings, I haven't started any of them yet here. I'm going to be on for about 30 more minutes. So as soon as I finish with Maria's, you got you in the clouds. Um, I'll see how many of the free readings I get to, but I'll be heading off for about an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and then I might grab a bite to eat, or I might just jump on. But probably be about an hour and a half from now, or 2 hours from now. I'll be back on to complete all free readings. So I will complete them tonight at some point. So just a heads up. But that's how I roll. All right. So, Maria, thank you again for your evening checkup here. So, let's give these a shuffle. And so, let's see here. So, since earlier, has he thought of you? Has he had a moment of sitting still and actually thinking? We'll see here. So, what is coming towards your connection soon? All right. I'll take a look here. Your last name's Kite. Wow, how fun. Oh yeah, I see that. Okay. And then does he know that you like him back as well? Okay. And does he go back to text messages with songs and go on and listen to them on other days? All right, let's take a look here. All right. All right. So let's take a look here. So first of all, did he think of you later today? All right. No, it looks like he's still in his little high priestess temple here. He's got this, you know, you know, all and resting too with this. I feel like he's napping and resting and um, peace of mind. I feel like he's just been so so much stuff going on this last week. I feel like he's just kind of vegetating and he's in his little temple. So I don't feel like he's doing a whole lot of other thinking besides resting there. Yeah, and I'll take a look at what you just said here in a moment as well, Amber. Um, so I like this, you know, that he's resting at least because I feel like he needs it. Yeah, he's in the little bubble. What's coming towards you in you guys' connection? Yeah, I mean, you've got this Queen of Wands and this Tower card, this, shaking and this um, spark that happens here. The Queen of Wands is, about energy and focus and passion and um, but the tower, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. People see the tower and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like it just means suddenness. It just means like there's a sudden connection that you guys have, and and I don't feel like ending kind of energies here. It just feels like Like a spark, right? Zzz, shocking each other. But yeah, I just the tower card, the message, big one that comes with it is whatever unfolds is always for us. And I feel like, they're like, I don't want to keep giving you the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. Let it grow, let it go in, da 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 da, sparkle and passionate, zap. But there's this they're like, just trust that how things unfold is always for you. So try to go with the flow as much as you can. And but shine bright. Don't, you are like this Queen of Wands energy. You got this fiery personality. Whatever you focus your energy, when you walk into a room, you lighten it. You can get things done. When you super focus, whatever you focus your energy on. And so I feel like they're just saying, just don't be afraid to be you and sparkle and truly sparkle, like you said. It's like, just be you, and you don't have to hide yourself there. And we'll see your other answers to your questions here. Like the one that's important, well, not all of it's important, but with this message is that, does he know that you like him back? Yeah, I think he does. With 10 of Pentacles, which is the relationship card. And so I do feel like that he does, um, put that up here. Um, that they're, it's like, I get that. He picks up, like, you think that he is a good catch and stuff too. I feel so he's just like, I feel like it's it's there, and it's funny because it's like, it's how you look at each other when you're talking, because you even have those two people talking, and it's the turning your head like, uh-huh. That's funny. And then does he go back to text messages to look at things too? With the sun card, this is, the sunshine, the vibrant. Yeah, when he wants to be uplifted and he needs a little pick me up, he does go back and to the text messages with the songs. And it just gives him a fresh start here, like with that full card. It just is this, like you said, the not hiding, you're being silly, and the joy, this is like that kind of childlike feel, especially you got the childlike here. And you know and it's like, this great energy that comes in, with it here. So I like it. I like this energy that comes in. The bottom of the deck, we've got the Cancer energy, and this is the power of choice, the Chariot. It's about movement, it's about victory, but it's about, this the need to make choices. It's like one of the horses is the horse of swords, the horse of thought and mindset, and trying to see, again, it always comes back to that, right? Of yeah, yeah. So yeah, and it is. He likes that. He has to be so serious all the time that it's fun to have this brightness that you bring in to him there. But it comes down to that thinking, the thinking, the thinking. He gets caught up into his head of, all right, but how would this work? I don't know. I can't figure it out. He doesn't have the mental energy left to think about things and try to figure out stuff. He's just like, he gets back to that. Okay, just go with the flow. Let me just see what happens here. I got to figure out, what's going on, but I can't think about that right now. I'm just so tired, So I feel like he just kind of passed out on the couch, sleeping. But so that's what's coming in there right now. So I like that. But he does. It is that sun card is that ray of sunshine. He goes back to your texts for a pick me up and to listen to the songs. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. And so it is. It's figuring out what it's kind of like a not that it's an impossible situation. It's just a challenging situation because of his position. It's like, well, you know, perceptions on how would things look and things like that. So oh, thank you so much, Maria. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, so yeah, bottom of the deck, you got the lovers card popping in here. So look to the heavens. That's it. Here's you both. It's like, look to the heavens. Hey, how are you gonna work this out? Give me a sign. Give me a sign. Send me a text message, spirit. All right. So thank you again for all of your donations today and for letting us be a part of your journey, the days of our lives. Very good. All right. Right. And Jewel, I do see your question there. For the free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. So I'll eventually get to your question there, Jewel. Um, I just have, there's several people ahead of you there. But if anyone wants to make a donation, I'm going to be on for just about 15, 20 more minutes ish before I head off to my praying mantis session. And then I will be back after I finish that and probably take a quick break just to refresh. And then I'll be back on to complete all free readings. But if anyone wants, there's prioritized in the next probably 18 minutes. I'm happy to do those too. And then Amber, you asked a good question about, you feel like I don't feel like I fit into the typical description of the Pisces. And we're such a different soup. And when they talk about generalities around a sign, if we're on the cusp, which is like 5 days before and after, when it starts, like, so Pisces starts around February 20th, 21st, goes through around March 20th, 21st. So if you're on the cusp of any of those, then you can have a mixture of energies. Because we're so close, we get it's like leaking over the energies. And then we're a soup. Our sun sign is the CEO of our entire, you know, this lifetime. So they're the ones that kind of rule over a lot of stuff. We got all these department heads that are over, like the moon rules our emotions and Venus rules over, different areas of our lives. If you check out my monthlies for July, um, look at your Pisces sun video and then look at the beginning of it. I think it is those. Yeah, I think I do talk about it in the beginning of those, now that I'm talking all about it. But here's the link to the playlist. But in the beginning, I have a breakdown of each of the planets and what they rule over. And so if there's an area of your life, like my moon, even though I'm an Aquarius sun, so Aquarius energy rules over my entire chart. I'm a Pisces moon, so my emotions ruled by Pisces. My Mercury, my Venus are in Pisces, so I'm ruled by that. My Saturn is in Pisces, and so I've got, like, there's one other, I think, my Chiron, I think, is in Pisces. So I got all these 5 energies there, and so all of those bring a lot of water. And like I talked about, there's our where planets are in and the different houses, talk about how it influences that part of our lives, and then the aspects, how they're positioned. They either there's planetary energies that work together, that join together, and there's others that are at odds. So we're all these amazing soups that are so different. None of us is the same, but it all brings different tints into things. And so as we look at our entire birth chart, it tells us a lot of different things. If you haven't pulled up your all of your birth chart, a site I use is astro.com, and I'm not affiliated with them at all. But I've done a lot of charts on their sites, and they offer a lot of free stuff and a lot of information too. So if you're interested, you can kind of check into that. All right. So that is a good question, though. Sometimes the standard definitions of astrology don't really fit us. And then when you realize you're on cusps of stuff and the influence of other things in different areas of our life, we're like, oh, so even though Aquarius rules overall, when it comes to emotions, I'm very different than an Aquarius sun when it comes to emotions. So that's what comes in there. All right. All right. So many blessings. All right. HTTPS, thank you so much for the donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Good to see you, little brother. So messages from your spirit team. Once again, absolutely. Let's take a look here. I feel like let's grab a Shaman's Dream Oracle. I feel like they want to speak to you through Oracle. All right, there it is. What is this? So you got spiritual necrolepsy. Got card number 19. It's a very interesting card, but it's the falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. Fallen angel. What is that? Trying to think of whatever that pickup line is. Have you fallen from heaven? Because I think you're an angel or something like that. But it's falling unconscious, spiritual narcolepsy. Says you're being cautioned now not to fall asleep. Don't fall asleep or go unconscious. You've been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in angelic bliss. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. So as you fall, you pick up speed heading toward the trees below and a possible nasty landing. But remember that all you need to do to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to halt your descent and then find an updraft again. Don't be seduced by the fallen angels, your supposed friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their own interests in mind. As you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Action you take now may backfire, so stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when the time is ripe. Yeah, so there's this energy that comes in here. We'll pull some tarot here too. But it's like sometimes we can, be so, like you said, into the light, so bright, but we come down here to experience, at least understand the contrast between lower vibration, higher vibration, darkness and light. Not that you have to dive into the muck, but like they say, sometimes you just have to swoop down and you interact with some people who are not in the lightest part of their lives, and it allows you glean some wisdom. They're reminding me of like our second Saturn return, which I'm sure you're nowhere near your second Saturn return, but it's about you learning by watching what some other people are going through, and sometimes going down into the eye of the storm, and you just come back from a party with your friends. There they are, boom. But it's about, seeing sitting back and going, I'm in the eye of the storm and the storm is raging, that you can see the storm without being impacted by it. Yeah. Yeah, lower vibrational. So it's like don't allow your energy to be consumed by that, and that's okay. But that it's all right. I like that it's like saying that it's all right, to observe. You don't have to fly down and have the nasty landing among the trees, but you can, you know, it's okay to do that. And I feel like this is them acknowledging exactly what you experienced here. Yeah. Because, on the bottom of the deck, you have the power of choice card. So you you learn when you hang around people who are choosing lower vibration that you don't have to change it, you don't have to be responsible for it, you don't have to rescue anyone, that they're making their choices and they're perfect for them, but you get to choose for you. And I like that. We also have the Empress, which the mother nature, mother nurture energy that's coming in here too. You know, I feel like you have that with this Cancer sign energy of the Chariot as Cancer sign, which is Mother Luna, and you have the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. That you kind of go into mother mode. That's funny. Do they call you mother? All right, mother, because you care so much. You have a huge heart that it's difficult for you to see people in this drama that they can get involved in, and it's like um, you want the best for them, but you also, I like this, them saying that it's okay that you don't have to rescue them, that they chose this to go through this on purpose for a purpose. And if they're in their laboratory doing their experiments, if you walk in and try to fix their experiment, it blows up and they have to start over, and they're just like, thank you, but go back into your own laboratory, right? And that you are able to look at that right there. Yeah. Yeah, everyone has their own beliefs, so the first card that came out is the Magician, which is you get to focus on where you put your energy, um and just know that when you fill up with that love and you choose love, that it speaks to them, it speaks to their soul, even though the human character that you are interacting with is kind of, you think they're going blah 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 blah, blah, I can't hear you. Their heart is picking up and feeling your love vibration, and so it does plant seeds. We'll leave it like that. But you get to just look at your own energy, um, with this here. Yeah. So, and here you are, the 10 of swords is, all of them experiencing being all of their, lower vibrational beliefs that are rooted in small t truths and fear, and they're exhausting and they're doing that. And here's you're, the high priestess. Again, this wonderful energy of connection to spirit, looking behind the veil, going deep into your own emotions. She goes into her high priestess tower, but she comes down out of the high priest, the her what do high priestess go into? They go into their temples. and and they come out of their temples and share, love, and share the healing salves of and healing, energies of love. And then, they are like, like they take a knife out and you put the stuff on it, and then they stick the knife back in it, and you're like, "It's gonna take a while to heal if you keep doing that." But you're like, "Here's the stuff, and I'm going back into the temple." And that's okay to do. It's okay to come out of your temple and share the love, share the healing herbs and salves and, those things, but, you don't have to solve everyone's problems. I like that. Yeah. You are the balance of head and heart. So, I like that. Yeah. So, I like that there's this, you know, when you share things with people and they don't do anything with it, it can be frustrating, and it's okay. You can be frustrated. Um, and then you release that because the frustration comes in all this love and care that you have for them and you want it. But, and I might have shared this before, but, I had a time in my life when it seemed like all my friends were going through such horrible, uh, things is how the perception was, right? Just these everyone, like, every turn, it's like I had, like, a week of, um every day I heard from 1 or 2 or 3 of my friends, different acquaintances, different old friends that had moved away, everyone, they're having horrible times in their lives, and I felt like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening to the world?" And I'm like, "This is just so much," and then I had this vision that I kind of it's almost like a waking dream where I was walking down this elementary school, and, the doors in here in the United States, they've got, like, these glass windows that you can see into the classroom, and when I look through them all, they had this, the crinkled foreheads of struggle, struggle, struggle. And I looked at 4 classrooms and they were all struggling. So I busted in and said, "Come on, everybody!" And all the students and all the teachers of all the classrooms followed me down to like this auditorium. And all the students sat in the seats, and the teachers, I can still see it. They lined the outside, and I'm up on stage, and I tell everyone, it's too it's too harsh in those classrooms. We're just going to sit in here in the auditorium where it's easier. And so it's everyone paused for a moment. And a little girl in the front row raised her hand and said, "If we're not going to study, can I just go home?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why am I keeping him in auditorium?" And wait, we're here in school. And so this earth is like earth school. We come here to learn. There's no grade, but we come here to learn. And if we're not going to learn, why are we here? Just go back home. And so I like that. There's like this, energy of, this, you know, um, release, and that everyone shows it. And yeah, I'm not going to cheat you out of your lesson. Now you can be like a teacher's aide, right? You can walk around in the classroom going, if you're struggling with this math problem, here's a way that you can look at that. You're not taking the test, you're not doing the work, you're just giving them some, hints on, this is a way that you can solve that problem easier. And whether they choose to do it or not is up to them, their test, their score, no sweat off my back, but you can share that. And I kind of like that approach to that. So so that's what they have coming in there for you. All right. I know I went kind of deep, but I feel like that's for more than just you and me. All right. And then you gave another donation here. Now, I'm going to be leaving here in about 1 minute. So, yeah, you can show the way, but whether they do it or not, that's up to them. But, yeah, if you pop your question in there, I will be coming back here, and I will, of course, prioritize and dive deeper into that one. But I do need to head off here in a moment. And okay, sure, I'll definitely do that when upon the return. You'll be up first for that. Take a picture of that. And for everyone else, I did not get to any of the free readings, but I will return um, and um, and finish or complete the. I didn't even start the free readings, but I'll complete all the readings as well. So I'll be about an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and then I might take a quick break just to uh, regenerate, and then I'll be back on. And I will go down in order of the chat, which is what I'm taking screenshots of right now. So that's the order in which I'll do it. But I also will list on the stream when I return, I'll put a comment and pin it listing the order in which the readings were completed so that you can find your reading much more quickly. So, so we will complete that. All right. Etc. Gotcha, etc. Got you right in time there. So, hey. Yeah, so I will answer that upon the return. So we will be back. So like I said, it'll be about an hour with my Praying Mantis members, give or take, and then and I'll take a little break. And so that'll be about an hour and a half ish is when I will return, and I will complete all the readings. So thank you guys for your patience. All the thumbs up too. It helps spread the Zen love. Thank you so much for doing that. You're part of the love tsunami. And excuse me, thank you for all the donations. It's part of how I am able to offer everything that I do. So it's part of how I support myself. So thank you so much for all the donations, all the love and support. I know not everyone is able to donate. That's why I like to come back on and complete all the free readings as well. So I will do that this evening. All right. So thank you guys again so much for all the love and all the support. And remember, every second of every day of your lives that you truly are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.